okay? For instance, you'll see a guy headlining at the Spear. They probably be getting a couple of $1 million. But you'll see a guy on the undercard of a big show probably making more money than that guy.
Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash.
Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too.
Terence Crawford calls out Floyd Mayweather for prioritizing money over legacy. Terence Crawford has spoken out against Floyd Mayweather, accusing him of only seeking a fight for financial gain. Crawford made it clear that he has no desire to face Mayweather and never even considered the possibility. In Crawford's view, these kinds of matchups aren't about proving greatness. They're about generating hype for massive paydays. He believes Mayweather is more interested in money than genuine competition, pointing to Floyd's string of exhibition bouts since retiring from professional boxing. Crawford acknowledges that Mayweather had his era, but insists that the current era belongs to him. He refuses to let money-driven distractions take away from the legacy he's already built in the sport.
I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, bud. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd. Nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Yeah, like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person.
Critics question Mayweather's post-retirement motives. Critics argue that Floyd Mayweather's recent ventures in the boxing world are driven more by financial gain than athletic legacy. Once praised for his defensive mastery and undefeated record, Mayweather has transitioned to exhibition bouts, lucrative but lacking in true competitive value. Analysts point out that despite regularly flaunting his wealth, Mayweather continues to seek high-paying exhibition matches. This raises questions, as he seemingly has no financial need for these fights, yet pursues them nonetheless as a result. Many believe that in retirement, Mayweather has shifted his focus entirely toward profit-driven endeavors. For some fans, this evolution in his career has been disappointing, suggesting a departure from the spirit of genuine competition that once defined him.
Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash. We see it a lot. These two don't seem to need the money. So I don't understand the need to do this. When talked about, Mike Tyson said, I still can't believe Floyd wants to really do this. It's going to be detrimental to his health, but he wants to do it. So it's signed and it's happening. Hey, when Mike fought Jake Paul, a lot was made of him being 58 years old. He's in tremendous shape. I mean, I saw him, and even in there, right? He couldn't get going at the rate that he expected, but early, he was fighting like Mike Tyson. Floyd Mayweather's much younger, but he's so much smaller. So I get why Mike is like, yo, I don't know what this dude wants to do. Because there was a world where no one would ever thought that those guys would end up in the ring together. And again, they don't need money. I imagine them. It's going to be a boatload of money.
Timothy Bradley weighs in on hypothetical Crawford versus Mayweather matchup. Former world champion Timothy Bradley hasn't held back in his assessment of a hypothetical clash between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. Bradley believed that stylistically, Crawford would pose serious problems for Mayweather, particularly due to Floyd's historical struggles against southpaws. Bradley points to Crawford's unique versatility in the ring, emphasizing his switch-hitting ability, precise timing, and adaptability as tools that Mayweather would struggle to neutralize. He challenges the notion of Mayweather's defensive invincibility, suggesting that Crawford's dynamic, ever-changing style could break through Floyd's legendary guard. Going even further, Bradley claims that Mayweather isn't that good when faced with fighters of Crawford's caliber, a bold statement that has only intensified debates among boxing fans about who would win if the two ever shared the ring.
Absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he gonna reach against one of the best back foot counter punches in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand. The way he reaches with that. That level change backhand he throws too? Man, that pull jab he does too, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Floyd got a 72-inch reach. Yeah, he had quickness, fast reflexes. However, Crawford got all of that too. He got all of that too. And he got a 75-inch reach. Great counter puncher. Can concentrate all night. Can put pressure on Floyd. He can even invite Floyd in. Yep, I noticed. Floyd's not having success. He started to step on the gas. That's what he do. And he gonna run into problems with Crawford because Crawford hits harder than him. Crawford is the most complete fighter that I've ever witnessed in real life.
On the other side of the debate, many analysts argue that comparing Terence Crawford to Floyd Mayweather is premature and unfair. They point out that Mayweather's resume includes a long list of elite opponents, spanning multiple weight classes over 2 decades. In contrast, they argue, Crawford has not consistently faced the same caliber of competition. While Crawford's accomplishments are undeniably impressive, critics say they have yet to reach the historical significance of Mayweather's legacy. According to this view, Mayweather's greatness is already cemented through an unbeaten record, high-profile victories, and unmatched longevity at the top. These voices emphasize that Crawford is still building his case and has time to solidify his place among boxing's all-time greats. But he should not yet be placed on the same pedestal as Mayweather.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites. Bud getting hit by non-elites. And somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
Boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult has added fuel to the Crawford-Mayweather debate by offering a bold opinion. Terence Crawford deserves to be ranked above Floyd Mayweather, and for one key reason. According to Showbiz, Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez stands as a defining moment that Mayweather would never have risked in the same way. He emphasized that Crawford moved up in weight to fight a dangerous, prime version of Canelo, a challenge Floyd, despite his brilliance, might have avoided under similar circumstances. Showbiz argues that while Mayweather was known for strategically selecting opponents and timing his fights, Crawford's willingness to take high-risk, high-reward matchups sets him apart. In his view, that level of risk-taking elevates Crawford's legacy beyond Mayweather's more calculated and controlled career. This opinion challenges the widely accepted narrative of Mayweather as untouchable and adds a fresh layer to an already heated boxing debate.
Why is Terence Bud Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather? Or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit. Never being at middleweight, first fight at middleweight, being against Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Terence Bud Crawford never been a middleweight shit. The most he's been is super welterweight, and he was only there once. And he's fighting at 168 against one of the greatest super middleweights of all time, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters of all time, reigning undisputed champion at super middleweight. That is unheard of, and that's something that Floyd Mayweather wouldn't even attempt to do.
Interestingly, Terence Crawford himself has grown increasingly frustrated with the constant comparisons to Floyd Mayweather. He has made it clear that he has no interest in fighting Floyd, firmly stating that Mayweather had his time. in a different era. Crawford insists that this era belongs to him, and fans should focus on the achievements he's building now, rather than drawing parallels to a fighter who is already retired. While he acknowledges Mayweather's greatness and legacy, Crawford believes that legacies should stand on their own, without overlap or forced comparisons. In his view, the ongoing obsession with matching him up against Mayweather is not only unfair, but also distracting from the historic run he is currently on. Mayweather is past his prime. Crawford is still in the thick of his dominance, and that distinction, he argues, deserves to be respected.
One is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Danny Garcia, a seasoned fighter who has shared the ring with several elite opponents, offered a diplomatic take when asked who would win in a hypothetical matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. Rather than choosing sides, Garcia suggested the fight would likely end in a draw. He explained that Mayweather's exceptional defensive skills, paired with Crawford's versatile and adaptive offensive style, could effectively cancel each other out in the ring. According to Garcia, both fighters are so technically sound and mentally sharp that neither would gain a decisive edge. His response reflects the mutual respect the boxing world holds for both champions. For many, the idea that even a fantasy matchup might end in a stalemate highlights just how evenly matched these two greats are, adding yet another layer to the passionate debate among fans and pundits alike.
Crawford has the tools to beat him. He has the long arms. He switches lefty and righty, but Floyd was pinpoint accuracy, tremendous defense. I just think whoever at 147, that's tough. I don't know. A draw.
Okay, what about Oscar De La Hoya and Crawford at 54?
Oh man, Oscar was a hell of a fighter, man. I think they could beat each other. To be honest, I think Oscar could beat him. Oscar's a hell of a fighter. He got great jab, good footwork. Oscar was a tremendous fighter. I feel like people really overlook his resume. He's an Olympic gold medalist. That's the hardest thing probably to get. It's harder than the world title.
Shane Mosley. Mayweather's size could be a critical weakness against Crawford. Former world champion Shane Mosley believes that Floyd Mayweather's size would ultimately be his downfall in a matchup against Terence Crawford. While acknowledging Floyd's technical brilliance, Mosley argues that Mayweather is simply too small to withstand Crawford's power, reach, and versatile skill set. Mosley suggests that Mayweather's defensive style could be effectively neutralized by Crawford's ability to switch stances and control the ring using his physical advantages. According to Mosley, this size and strength disparity is the key difference between the two fighters. He explains that Mayweather thrived against opponents closer to his own size, but against a naturally bigger and stronger Crawford. The physical gap will be too significant to overcome that. Mosley's comments underscore the important role that size and physicality play in fantasy matchups. Factors that sometimes get overlooked in debates focus solely on skill and technique.
Even though I've got serious personal differences with Terence Crawford, and I have ethical issues with Terence Crawford in the way that he negotiated certain things and certain things went down. However, at this point in his career, and I really believe since he's at 135 pounds, there's no question in the greatness and how terrific a fighter he is. So after he beats Canelo Alvarez and becomes the undisputed champion in his third weight division, people start asking the question of whether or not he's better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I think that is a fair question. And the reason that I say that is because they're the same size. They're the same size. They fought by and large in the same weight classes, and dominated right after one another. Really, there was the period of Andre Ward in between them. I would love to throw Andre Ward in the conversation, but I don't think that the comparison is as clean and easy to make between Terence Crawford and Andre Ward as it is between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Just again because of the similarity in the weight classes that they fought in. So when Shane Mosley chimed in and talked about the two, my ears perked up. My ears perked up because if you recall, Shane Mosley was the one that gave Floyd Mayweather Jr. his most dangerous fight. Without a doubt, his most dangerous fight. The one where Shane Mosley landed on Floyd Mayweather 2 times and rocked him in the first round. Shane was an older fighter. Floyd bared down and won the fight.
Shane Mosley. Mayweather's size could be a critical weakness against Crawford. Former world champion Shane Mosley believes that Floyd Mayweather's size would ultimately be his downfall in a matchup against Terence Crawford. While acknowledging Floyd's technical brilliance, Mosley argues that Mayweather is simply too small to withstand Crawford's power, reach, and versatile skill set. Mosley suggests that Mayweather's defensive style could be effectively neutralized by Crawford's ability to switch stances and control the ring using his physical advantages. According to Mosley, this size and strength disparity is the key difference between the two fighters. He explains that Mayweather thrived against opponents closer to his own size, but against a naturally bigger and stronger Crawford, the physical gap would be too significant to overcome that. Mosley's comments underscore the important role that size and physicality play in fantasy matchups, factors that sometimes get overlooked in debates focused solely on skill and technique.
Add a heavyweight to my Mount Rushmore. My Mount Rushmore is best boxers. Greatest is different. Greatest is impact. Now you're talking Floyd Mayweather, you're talking Floyd, Muhammad Ali, you're talking, all those guys, Sugar Ray Robinson, everybody. But this is best. And sadly, when it comes to the heavyweight division, just by nature, the little guys are the better guys, okay? Not only are they better skill-wise, they have more opportunity to do greater things. Because they're small, they can go up weight classes, they can kind of test themselves more. The heavyweight division is at the top of the mountain, all right? So they're the badasses of the badasses. You kind of go up to them, but they can't push themselves up much more, except for within their weight class, they fight a very big guy or whatnot, like Usyk did with Tyson.
Trainer Stephen Breadman Edwards. Let Crawford shine without comparisons. Trainer Stephen Breadman Edwards offers a refreshing voice amid the heated debate. He urges fans and media to stop forcing comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, and instead allow Crawford to fully enjoy his recent successes. Breadman highlights Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez as a once-in-a-lifetime achievement that deserves celebration on its own, without constantly dragging Mayweather's name into the discussion. He also criticizes what he sees as immaturity in debates that unnecessarily pit fighters against one antithesis. For Breadman, Mayweather is retired and should no longer be part of the conversation. The focus, he insists, should be on recognizing Crawford's accomplishments and giving him credit, rather than overshadowing them with endless comparisons and debates.
To Floyd. Man, I don't really want to compare him right now, Hans, if we seeing everything that's going on with Floyd and Roy. You know what I mean? And, they competitive guys. Next thing you know, Bud and Floyd will be mad at each other, man, and wanting to fight because people is like putting them against each other. Let's just enjoy the moment. I don't know. It's a close fight. It's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, because I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, and make up something just to... I got my opinion on, how the fights will go, and, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy. They two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And, unfortunately, they didn't fight. They could have made, they kind of two different eras, though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live with it. You know what I mean?
The debate continues. Two legends, two eras. The boxing world remains deeply divided, with the debate between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather showing no signs of slowing down. Many fans champion Crawford for his willingness to take risks and face formidable challenges. most notably his move up in weight to defeat Canelo Alvarez. Others emphasize Mayweather's unblemished record and defensive mastery as reasons he remains unmatched. Perhaps the truth lies in recognizing that both fighters are great in their own ways, representing different eras and distinct approaches to boxing. This ongoing discussion highlights just how profoundly each man has impacted the sport, leaving behind unique legacies that continue to fuel passionate arguments and widespread admiration.
Terence Crawford's gonna win. I used to think that the size difference was too much, that Canelo Alvarez was like, man, how are they gonna do this? He's 168, Terence Crawford's 147. But seeing what I've seen from Canelo Alvarez and seeing what I've seen from Terence Crawford, and while Terence Crawford didn't look great in his last fight, he looked awesome against Errol Spence. But to me, Terence Crawford is as good as they come. He's another all-time great. He's a legend. He's one of the best that I've seen from a pound-for-pound standpoint. But to me, Terence Crawford, he's older, but a lot less wear and tear. He turned pro in 2008, but he has 41 fights to his name. Canelo Alvarez is 63. Canelo Alvarez also has taken more shots, has been in more wars, quote unquote, whereas Terence Crawford was just beating everybody's ass for a very long time. And almost all of his fights have been one-sided. And two, I think Terence Crawford's gonna beat him in September. I don't know how, but I think
Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez is widely regarded as a defining moment that cemented his status among boxing's elite. Moving up 2 weight classes to face one of the era's most dominant champions was seen as a bold and risky decision. Yet, Crawford approached the fight with precision and control, demonstrating not only his skill, but also his fearlessness and willingness to push boundaries that few fighters dare cross. Analysts agree that this triumph elevated Crawford into the conversation of all-time greats. For Crawford himself, the win represents much more than just another victory. It defines his legacy as a fighter who takes risks and succeeds.
Terence Crawford defeated Saul Canelo Alvarez to become the new, undisputed super middleweight champion and achieving GOAT status of his era. A lot of people are wondering now, what could be the next step for Terence Crawford? And to be honest with you, there's a couple options. The great man himself did state a move to middleweight division could be his next step. And of course, a certain someone caught wind of this. With this interview, Jana Beck posted this with 2 emojis with a thumbs up and an A-OK. And to be honest with you guys, I would love this matchup here. I mean, Jana Beck is one of the most feared and avoided boxers in the entire game today. And look, stylistically, this could be an absolute epic matchup. I mean, the boxing IQ and thunderous power in Jana Beck versus the GOAT himself. Who wouldn't want to see that? But of course, there are rumors that Carlos Adames could be Jana Beck's next opponent. And that could be a huge unification to see who's the top dog at 160. But after that, who knows, man? And of course, the next option could be the rematch between Saul Canelo Alvarez. And for me, I would absolutely love to see this. I mean, the first time round was absolutely amazing to see Terence Crawford achieve greatness. But to do it again, guys, who wouldn't want to see this? And to be honest with you, it could be even bigger than the first time round. Or option 3, in my opinion, could be retirement. I mean, what he's achieved in the game is absolutely unbelievable. Undisputed, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And defeating the guy, the man himself, Saul Canelo Alvarez, to achieve that. What more is there to achieve at this point right now, guys, honestly? But look, knowing Bud, I'm pretty sure retirement is out of the question. Well, at least for now. But after what he's achieved, no one can question what he decides to do next. And look, guys, for me, even if his next move is to go to middleweight, best believe I'll be there to watch it, guys. But guys, what's your thoughts about all this? And what do you think Terence Crawford should do next? Let me know.
That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more. Until next time.